Yeah, these vegetables look strange.
I know, but it's because they are genetically modified.
What is genetically modified?
Genetically modifying foods means genetic materials are being transferred from one organism to another.
So these companies that make the genetically modified foods sell them to stores.
Yes, it's a perfect way for companies to get their product out there and are able to call it their own.
So where did genetically modified foods originate from?
Well, basically gene-modified or GM food started from GMO, which is genetically modified organisms. It all started between 1997 and 1999 in about 2/3 of all of the USA.
Wow, so what product was the first to be tested?
The tomato. They were injected genes that made them more resistant to rotting.
That's really cool. So the companies are allowed to sell them to the stores.
Yeah, the companies should be allowed full rights over what happens to their products.
So how do genetically modified foods work? How did they make them?
Well, genetically modifying foods is basically altering the genetic components to produce them in a new way or change their characteristics.
So then how do they change their genetic material?
Basically, they eject a gene from one organism and inject it into another. First they have to cut the gene, which is called gene splicing, then they insert a gene from one organism.
I read somewhere that they are thinking of not letting companies have full legal rights over their genetically modified foods.
Companies should have full legal rights over this action because mainly it's their product.
I totally agree. These companies genetically modify the food and make the product the way they would like it, therefore they should have rights over their ideas.
Yes, that's exactly right. Also, the fact that genetically modifying foods will be beneficial in the future.
Yeah. Since products not only look better when they're genetically modified, they are also bigger, makes people get more bang for their buck. Companies should not have to give up tea. That means other companies can make changes to the product they had already made.
I know. This is why companies should have legal rights over their products. I also believe that companies should be able to patent their product as their product and be allowed to hold all legal rights over its use because since that company came up with the idea of genetically modifying that product, they know exactly what is going in the products.
You're right, so if the company that bought their products, they won't know what went into the product and how it was made.
So basically companies should hold full authority over what they have created. Do you agree?
100%. It's not fair to the company who came up with an idea and basically have it taken away from them.
Exactly.
Alright, girlfriend, let's go buy some groceries.
Corn, rice, tomatoes, potatoes, chicken, beef, oil, and milk. Here we come.